AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Eyes on the prize, baby Bubba. The big game is almost here, and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last football game of the season with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching a big game. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Was there a bigger moment in basketball history than this? I want to just go with the last 35 years. That's when I started watching basketball. It was 35 years ago. The first game I ever saw was Magic versus Jordan in the finals. And I said, yo, Magic is taller than Michael Jordan. I thought Michael Jordan was the biggest person ever. And I'm watching, and sadly, AllBall, I think that was the first biggest moment in basketball history in my lifetime was when we found out Magic had HIV. It was shocking in the other direction.
It was a big moment.
It was like, oh shit, Magic's gonna die. And it's shocked because that was outside of sports. That was everybody with Magic.
That stopped the world for a bit. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You're older than us, AllBall. No disrespect. I got more gray hairs than you. But how did that feel like for y'all when you're a little bit older than us, understood a little bit more what this meant? I was 9 years old.
I was young too.
Fabian, it was scary. And it definitely was a moment in sports history that was crazy. It was crazy, man. It was like, what? Because, certain people, we look at them as superheroes, as if they're going to live forever and as if they can't do nothing wrong or nothing wrong can happen to them. And that moment in sports was just like, wow. And like you said, at that time, there was you didn't think there was a cure, could be a cure. You didn't think someone can live with it. You just automatically set up that person's going to die. So, it was shocking. And it was scary, but it definitely was a part of sports history that was like, wow. And then when you had guys like Karl Malone and how he reacted to it and his response, it just was like, whoa, but definitely was the magnitude of it was crazy. It was crazy.
Flea, I don't know if you remember how you felt during that moment or
no. I was super young, so my perspective was a little different. Only because I didn't have a clear understanding of what HIV or AIDS was at that time. So the only thing that you attached it to was a death sentence, right? It had that stigma to it, especially as somebody as young as I was at the time. So it was super scary. We was like, damn, Magic, as AllBall said, that superhero type figure in sports, especially in basketball. So yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but those are just one of the major moments throughout the last 25, 30 years. Obviously the decision, right? The decision is up there. LeBron to Miami.
Well, but I want to go in chronological order because right after the Magic, Jordan's winning the championships, he wins 3 and he retired. So that was huge. I was in Dominican Republic and it was front page news. That was major. He was worldwide. So he won. Obviously, and what made the front page news also is God bless the dead. His father passed away, got murdered. So all this back to back was like, oh shit, this is like basketball is now becoming the everyday thing that we talk about. This is a part of how, football is America's sport, but we really talk about basketball every day. And these are part of the stories that made it possible. Magic, Michael Jordan retiring the first time was surreal. Crazy. Bro, he was 29.
It was crazy.
How, remember, then there was the rumor that he was gambling and, he had to pay off the debt or whatever. It was like, he was 29 years old. Imagine who's 29 right now? Not Giannis, but I don't even know how to equate it. There's nobody. If LeBron retired at 29, it'll be insane. Insane. 29 is, even though he played in the league since 18, I don't think people understand the magnitude of that. And we're trying to compare it to Luka Doncic getting traded to the Lakers. This is how massive Luka to the Lakers is. Is Michael Jordan retiring was like, oh shit, kind of feels like that. Shocked, confused. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta throw, because now if we going on this trajectory, on this ride, pause. you know, I got to throw our Knicks in there. When we got Larry Johnson, when we got Spreewell, that was huge news for us. Not saying it's the magnitude of right now. I'm not saying it's the magnitude of this or Jordan, no, but that to be a Knicks fan, Flea, you can attest. That news was huge, and we were so ecstatic. You know, we just was like, wow, you know. So there's so many great moments. Flea, you explain, because like you said, you remember that vividly. How did you feel when the Knicks made those trades?
Because I didn't. We coming off the back of losing in the finals in '94, right? Because we thought we had an opportunity. No Mike. We beat the Bulls. We get into the, you know, we lose to the Rockets in 7. Then in '95, we lose to Indiana, right? We lose to Indiana. They go to the conference finals against Orlando. Then in '96, I forget what happens in the '96 playoffs, but in that summer, for us to get Larry, Allen Houston, Chris Childs, and Buck Williams, all of that happened that summer. That was huge for us because we didn't know how we was going to recover from being those 90s Knicks, what kind of help Patrick is going to get, all that type of shit. And that was huge. That was huge for us, right? The basketball world, probably not so much. But as a New York Knicks fan, I remember I was young, but I was hyped. Like, you know what I mean? I know Allen Houston's probably one of my favorite players of all time. So when we got him, I was like, okay, now we getting Patrick some real help. Not John Starks.
Right. Yo, the Knicks love and the John Starks hate all in one. You can't ask for anything more. And before that was the answer to Michael Jordan actually coming back, which is even crazy. It was all crazy. And for everybody else, again, this is kind of what it felt like with Luka. It sounds crazy for all you basketball purists. I know it's Luka. I know he hasn't won a championship or anything like that, but this was shocking. And Jordan leaving and coming back, the Knicks trying to answer with Allen Houston, Larry Johnson, a couple years later, Spreewell. Yeah, it felt kind of similar. Then what I got up there also, if we're going to mention trades, the Shaq signing really to the Lakers was crazy. That was 96. Tupac was still alive. Biggie was still alive. It was a monster year.
Yeah.
Shaq is in Atlanta in a restaurant at 11:30 at night. ESPN goes live to announce it with Jerry West. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? Jerry West is in the club in Atlanta? Atlanta in 96. Freaknik is on and popping. Let's not get this twisted. Jerry West is in Freaknik in Atlanta to sign Shaq. I'm spreading the rumors. That was amazing. Of course, Kobe gets drafted. We don't know what they are, but Allen Iverson gets drafted. There's a newfound buzz with the league coming in, and Shaq is leading the way with the Lakers. Yeah, big time.
That's a big time summer. The 96 draft, Shaq. We just talked about what the Knicks did in that 96 summer. Like, that was a big summer for the league. For sure.
And I think Shaq is involved with another one when the Lakers finally broke up, showed Kobe and Shaq. That was major. It was like, all right, y'all fighting still. And then it's like, yo, it's either him or me. That was like this too. Like, y'all really fighting in public? Yeah. Kobe say, get him out of here. It's either him or me. Oh shit. They traded Shaq. Damn. I kind of can't be mad at that. Kobe's a young dog. You gotta go, Shaq. Is what it is. Jerry Buss sat him down. He had to go. So Shaq's a part of two major things, but I don't know. The Shaq and Kobe thing was bigger than Shaq going to the Lakers, and it was closer to that confusion we felt right now. Shaq and Kobe fighting like this, and I'm not sure if anywhere between, let's say, Shaq leaving the Lakers or getting traded by the Lakers and the LeBron decision. I don't know if anything in between that really rocked the game. Maybe Carmelo. That came afterwards.
The decision, people, I was just talking to my man, and people forget that was actually a trade. Like, there was a trade that was done between Miami and Cleveland. He didn't just flat out sign with them. Obviously he had to be on board and all that. But I never forget that shit. I'm sure y'all remember that vividly too, watching that on TV. And we're like, that's something that we've never seen before. So it almost came off. Because I will be honest, at that time, I was one of LeBron James's biggest haters. I did not like him. I did not think he was a great basketball player. I would go at it with people about who he was as a ball player. Obviously, in complete denial, but that's the side I was on at that time. And so for him to do that, I was like, "Who is this nigga? Who the nerve of you that you gonna have a show? You're gonna have a show. We gonna watch. You're gonna sit us down and tell us what you're gonna do. You not like that. Who the fuck is?" So it was. I remember that. Like it pissed me off. But as I think back on it, that was some historic shit. Like that was some like.
Oh boy,
that was some fly shit.
Yeah. Did you feel that because you the biggest LeBron hater out there? Probably second to Skip Bayless. But how did you feel when the decision happened?
To be honest, I didn't see why everybody was upset on how he did it. Honestly, at that point, I'm so much of a Knicks fan, I didn't even care. I just was hoping it didn't work because your ass is in the East. And you know what I mean? Like, you in the East, so I'm going, please let this shit be a failure. But the magnitude of that was crazy. And I think us as fans and the people, we made it bigger than what it was. I don't think he expected it to go crazy like that. And but that was a part of sports history that both of y'all agree that shit was crazy. And it was like you said, Fleet, like, why is this getting so much attention like this? Like, what the? And until this day, that shit was crazy. And I remember it, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And then when they did the whole thing where, you know, not one, not two, not three, and they kind of made a concert out of it, I said, okay, I get it now. But listen, man, you even go to Barkley getting traded to Phoenix. Remember, like, these are just moments in sports history that's like, what? And then, you know, it works. They get to the finals. Of course, they lose to Chicago. But it's like, it is so many great moments in sports or NBA history that was so legendary. But this guy, LeBron, he did it again, fellas. He finds a way to just think about this move here, right? If this works out, does this trump Kevin Durant going to Golden State?
No. Which is another big moment. Like, that was the next big moment for us. Was Kevin Durant?
That's why I did that.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't. You think Luka going to Lakers trumps Golden State? I don't.
No. I'm not. No. I'm not. Hold on, Flea. Before you cook, I'm not comparing. This is not about Luka and Kevin Durant. I'm saying if this works. My point is right because we all. Some people think Kevin Durant is better than LeBron James. I know people that feel like that, right?
Right.
What I'm saying is it just seems like KD is always going to be in this man's shadow. And every time we think KD does something legendary, a la Golden State, Brooklyn, now Phoenix, and Brooklyn and Phoenix, however people want to look at it, whatever excuse I want to make, it failed. Now you have LeBron once again trumping KD. And I'm saying, if this works, Flea, we're going to have a real conversation. Y'all know when I take my glasses off, I get aggravated. Flea, if this man wins another title with the Lakers,
or two,
the GOAT conversation, to me, he ain't even got to win two. If he wins one, Michael Jordan is in trouble. Hold on, Fabian. From real Michael Jordan stands, if LeBron James, remember, this is my basketball cat. This is no Knicks. This is no LeBron hater. This is no Michael Jordan. This is none of that. If LeBron James wins another title playing at this level, at this age, Michael Jordan is in trouble. Simple and plain. If he gets Finals MVP, bro, I'm going there hiding.
I thought he was asking if the magnitude of Kevin Durant going to the Warriors is as big as this, and I don't know which one was bigger, but this was more confusing to me.
I mean, Kevin Durant was a 4-time scoring champion, going to a team that just won 73 games, right? Think about what you're putting together. Like that, when that shit happened, we all was like, obviously they just lost to them in the playoffs that same year. But when that happened, I was like, wait, huh? No. Kevin, not KD, Kevin. Kevin, you did this, Kevin? Kevin, you didn't do this, Kevin. Come on, Kev. Nah. So that takes a little bit off of it, right? Because there was some other sauce on top of that with Kev going to Golden State. It was the location too, right? Obviously, like I said, 4-time scoring title winner, and the best team in the league, you know, coming out of the NBA finals, like them coming together, yeah. But it was that team that put a little sauce on it. Luka going to the Lakers, you know, if they win, yes, the impact will have the same effect, if not more.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.